Let me fire, let me smoke them road. Urban healer, cleanse this soul. One of the world take control. Let the fire, make the spirit cool. In the jungle where the roots run deep. Urban king just promise the key. Every proper journey, the mountains steep. Meditation rise when the body sleep. OG fire and mango place. Herb make me heart feel justice. Can't resist the vibes like this. Ganja guide me through the abyss. Blaze the fire, make the smoke them roll. Urban healer, cleanse my soul. One of the world take control. Blaze the fire, make the spirit cool. Babylon fight, but we stand tall. Urban answer fi one and all. In a jalo, we never fall. Fire blaze high, answer the call. Purple bush and the Cali green. Herb make the heart stay serene. We smoke a vision of what's unseen. Blaze the fire, keep the soul clean. It's our herb, we sing and praise. Sacred plants light up the days. Blaze the fire, set the world ablaze. Herb make the righteous find them ways. Blaze the fire, make the smoke them roll. Herb and healer, cleanse me soul. One of the world take control. Blaze the fire, make the spirit cold. Forever me chant, forever me burn. Jah herb and the lesson we learn. From dusk till dawn, Jah love return. Blaze the fire, make the spirit yearn.
This earring always falling apart. Mine's is glitching. It's all right. What's up, broski? What you doing? Messing with my comments. Okay? Now, it's the weekend for me, baby. Been off. Time to relax, you know. I go back next week and do it all over again. So I've been feeling like a little zombie out here in this valley of death. Okay? Working and slaving. I forgot what the name of that damn. It's alright. I got some new Crown. Well, I had bought this little mini bottle. Just taste it. It's supposed to be blackberry. Still got that Crown taste though, but I can taste the blackberry. Let me see if I can share this from here to there. Peace, everybody. How y'all doing? Join the live. I feel you. I've been sleeping my ass. Okay, I've been sleeping like a motherfucker too. You know, I woke up a decent time today, but I still had to get a lot of shit in order. You feel me? Before I came live. That's why I'm running a little late. I had to get my shit together. I had to get some meat together. You know? I was kind of just lounging. Like, hold up. Oh, I got to hurry up. I ain't even rolled up. You know what I mean? And I got to roll up. Peace, everybody. What's good, family? Grab your drink, grab your wine, grab your gas, whatever treats you got. Food if you want to. You know, it's been a minute. I miss y'all. It's been a minute and minutes. What's up, Clyde? What it do, bro? Goddamn job and had a chokehold on me. Okay. But hey, I'm honored. I'm grateful. Got to be grateful. What the fuck is my bag? I am so grateful though. And I've been having orders. So, you know, trying to make time for a lot of stuff. Y'all ready for the trip? If y'all are coming to the beach or whoever coming, y'all ready for that? Or just the pre-meet, okay, and greet? Because we gonna be live on that bitch too. You know, we gonna be live on that beach. And bring your personalities. Don't leave them at home. Become you, be you, okay? Because I want to see the real you. I don't want to see the social media you. I want to see the real you. Oh my God. Hold on, let me turn this a little. They don't got a little outrageous right there. Now just go ahead and skip to the next song. What's goody, fam? Yeah, I miss y'all. Seers of the glitch. Okay? Seers of the glitch. Have y'all been seeing some glitching lately? Or is just my eyes playing tricks on me? It's gonna be at Myrtle Beach, bro. Myrtle Beach. You know what I mean? I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. You know what I mean? If you ain't ready, you need to get ready. Okay? But if you can't make it, like I said, you know, we gonna do a pre-meet and greet on live, you know, and we gonna do that on Zoom. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be on Facebook doing that one. So make sure you get your Zoom account, or you know, you got Zoom installed on your phone, because when we do that in July, that's gonna be in on Zoom. But yeah, y'all been rushing. You see, I ain't even rolled up nothing. I like to have all this already pre-done, so we can just get to the madness. But we gonna dive into marriage. We gonna dive into melanin. We gonna dive into the truth about all of this shit. The first eye. I mean, we keep pointing here, and I don't think we really dived into what it is right here. Okay? What's up, sis? Thank you, boo. You didn't call me back the other day. That, you know what I mean? But yeah, we gonna dive a little bit tonight. Like I told y'all beginning of this year, everything that's coming with me is changing, including the knowledge I got before. And I'm ready to open up, you know, let's open up this mind, you know, expand the consciousness, okay? Because, you know, we gotta make shit make sense nowadays, okay? You know what I mean? If it ain't making sense, it's just some bullshit, okay? It's just some assumptions. So, you know, or some opinions, or whatever you want to say. But yeah, we gonna dive deep. I know we probably talked about marriage before, and I'm not getting into the relationship of marriage, of course. I don't really, you know, everybody, marriage is what you make it. But I'm getting into the science again, because I got a deeper version of this. And it's gonna connect with a lot of this shit, like, you know, the melanin and the DNA, you know, your first eye, you know, and well, your first eye is in the center. It's the center point. It's definitely not here. So we can just knock that shit out the window. Okay, I know we pointing here and it's directly back, but yo, we gonna get into this frontal too. But I got a lot of information that I dived into. I still been, you know, tapping in as usual. I don't never stop doing it regardless if I'm working. I get downloads. I get shit from anywhere, any experience, any place where I'm at. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. My bad, I'm in the presence. Okay, I feel you, sis. You're just living in the moment, and you know, it's the motion. Okay, going with the flow. I feel you. Sometimes I do too. Girl, I ain't taking it. I ain't holding it against you. Because hell, things do come up and things happen, you know, and shit. Sometimes you just don't want to be bothered. You just want to chill. You feel me? So, you know, I'm just throwing it out there in case you forgot. In case you forgot that you're supposed to call me back. But yeah, I definitely get it. But yeah, I'm here, y'all. I am here. And if you have any questions, you want to dive deep or something into something else, or something sparks your, you know, your consciousness, your awareness, while we're tapping into these conversations. And if you want to come up or you want to put it in the chat, it don't matter. You know, I'm here for all that tonight. You know, because ain't no telling when I'll be back. Sorry. Whew, I'm trying, y'all. I think they found out they had a gym. So they've been putting me more into the space outside of my home. And, you know, it's more people that need my energy other than just, you know, here. You know, specifically the youth, the young ones. All right. It seems like that's what I've been surrounded around lately. People in their early 20s, teens, and it's a great feeling because a lot of them need some guidance. A lot of them need some understanding. A lot of them need some wisdom. A lot of them need some love, some nurturing. You know, and I'm here for it, baby. I'm here for it. You know, I'm known as auntie in the world. This new world I'm in. You know, the new direction I'm going. So, you know, I'm big auntie, not the little one, baby. Big auntie. Okay? So, yeah. We're going to dive deep as soon as I get my lips finished with this right here. But yeah, everybody doing good on this Friday. No, it's not Friday. Damn, y'all, Saturday. See how long I've been gone? Oh, Lord. On the Saturday. Ty, you still wanting to come up? Or you gonna chill right now? I don't know what happened to the music. It's like they just playing the beat, and I'm fine with it. Cause I can, you know, hey, I can get in tune with the beat now. But I thought they was playing just some reggae songs. I don't know what the hell they got going on, but yeah, it's cool. It's whatever. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, let me know when you're ready, and whenever you're ready, send an invite. You know. Let me see. Let me get this information up. Trying to make sure I ain't wrote nothing. Because sometimes I be writing as well. Of course, y'all know I'm a writer. So I might have to go get my book back here. Hold up. I might have to get Jenny to bring it to me. So I think I did write some stuff in my other book. Make sure I got all my information. Okay, big auntie. Not the little one, baby. Right. I know. That's what I said. You might have forgot. Okay? They better realize who I am. Okay? I'm stepping out, baby. I'm gonna have to do me a shirt now. Big auntie, not the little one, baby. Okay then, bro. I'm about to bring you up. You know what I mean? You know how we bounce off each other. You know, let's rise the vibrations of the room. Get some Holy Ghost going up in this beat. You know what I mean? Have a mug ready to shout. Alright. Jenny! Hold up, y'all. Let me tell her to bring my other book. Okay. I had some hidden information. Y'all couldn't knew what I got in there. No, I'm just fucking with you. I ain't want to be yelling. Okay, sis. Okay. They don't, hey, I'm known in the world now as auntie, baby. I'm loving it. Even though I'm an auntie already, of course, because I got nieces and nephews. But, you know, wherever I'm going now, it's auntie. I'm like, okay, come here, let me tell you something in your ear. Okay, let me whisper something in your ear. You know what I mean? Yeah, that one, baby. I think that's it. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. All right, yeah, thank you, baby. All right, so we finna dive into this. Can y'all hear me? Do I need to turn the music down a little bit? And I'm about to bring you up. I'm gonna send you an invite. So y'all let me know if y'all can hear me, and do I need to turn the music down just a little bit? Let me know. What you wanna do? You wanna say hey to everybody? Let me get out of here. It's grown folk time. Oh, the Tessie Daddy.
Peace. Can you hear me? Everybody can hear me. What's good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear it. Per usual, I can't never see y'all motherfucking asses when y'all coming up on my new device, my phone. It's crazy. It's always a black screen. I guess I'm talking to darkness at this point, goddamn. Everybody's a reflection of that motherfucker, so I guess that's where we at with it. Cause it's a brand new damn phone. Ain't no way in hell it should be dark on your end. But I can see you on my laptop.
Oh, okay. Because I was on my Mac. I was saying I had the phone here, so I'm like, let me see if I'm gonna see it pull me up. I'm gonna be able to see it on the Mac, but I ain't been able to see it on the Mac. Like, man.
Yeah, it's they be trying to, think these damn devices like that.
Yeah.
But can you hear me really good? Do I need to turn the music down a little bit?
I can hear you real good.
Okay. Well, I want to start off with, how this kind of sparked. Because I always got to give y'all how the shit sparked up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what I was watching. It's always something. If I'm watching something or, if I'm talking to somebody, just any type of interaction. And then it kind of sparked a download. And, it's a complete download because it's definitely coming from the consciousness of whatever we already have in the Akashic records, like they want to say, or your memory. Okay, so it's definitely coming down. But I was thinking, I was looking at something on Netflix. As a matter of fact, it just came to me. It is a TV show where it's a documentary on Netflix. I'm gonna turn this down because it kind of bothers me a little bit. On Netflix, that is talking about the American family. Okay, and it's a white family, and it was talking about how what happened in their family, dealing with I think the family getting unalive, right? So the title is what really just caught my eye again. It was like a instant download, and I was asking my sis Neat, like I'm like, why is the ring finger, not in the middle, right? I was like, don't you think that would make sense? To be in the middle finger? Because you need the middle finger for all these other fingers to work. Right? So we got to dive in, we got to, labeling the fingers, and we got to breaking down each finger, decoding it. Okay? And it was really, I got the information what we broke down, but it was we was diving deep. Okay? And I was like, but it still doesn't make any sense about that finger only being, because the ring finger is on this finger, which is close to the pinky finger, right? But it's on your left hand. Okay? So, we talking about the X, and the X, dealing with the DNA and the counter connections of each other, the crossing over to be the X to be one, you know what I'm saying? And we talking about the ceremony and stuff like that. I'm the jealous little sis. So you the jealous little sis. Ain't no need to be jealous, baby. You got it and you are it. Okay? Fuck that. You ain't jealous. Yeah, just talking about it.
Jealous?
Fuck jealous. No.
Yeah,
Just we gonna change that name right quick before I get into shit. You is not the jealous little sis. You ain't dangerous like that. You dangerous, but you ain't that dangerous. Okay? You a little balanced. I'ma say very quiet and tempted. So I would give you the more educated. Okay? You wise, all right, and you're smart. Okay, so I would give you that. Yes, I would say you are the more intelligence, sis. Now, with intelligence, you know, it comes with the cons and the pros. All right? And I'm going to just leave it at you. Okay? But overall, I would give you the intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Very intelligent, very smart, and outgoing. So, no, never giving jealous, baby. No. And you shouldn't even label yourself that either, baby. Okay?
For real.
I ain't going for that E. But anywho, y'all, I had to get my little sister right. Because that ain't it, and that ain't that. Okay? Um, but we got to break it down to fingers and stuff like that. And I said, you know, you did the X and whatever, and we realized, you know, they crossing over in the ceremony and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Is, you know, that X, and it kind of, you know, it resembles and symbolizes 10, which is completion, which is unity. So that's why they say, you know, the marriage is a union. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, I know there's a lot of people out here in the spiritual community that don't believe in marriage. Hey, that's cool, that's fine, that's dandy, you know? But I'm here to tell you, okay? Yeah, we live in a physical matter, okay, and an experience. So anything that's in tune with us spiritually, it's going to be a counter action or what is it? A counteract, I can't get a word, but it's going to be an outward, okay, projection. All right. And with an outward projection, it creates an illusion. Now, illusions now have to be created naturally. All right. We are all creators. So we create these illusions as we go. All right. So somebody created the whole marriage. All right. Which is the union. Used to be a sacred ceremony. Okay, it used back in like tribal times, right? With the villages, this was an important ceremony because this is what two families, which is two different villages, coming together as one. All right. So yes, it's about the couple, but it's also about the ultimate community on both sides coming together. So this is a very important ceremony. That's why there are staged marriages in some cultures. You see what I'm saying? Like your parents arrange who you're gonna marry. And 9 out of 10, they want somebody who got the money. Okay, well they ain't got the struggle. So marriage has been in our experience for generations to generations from the beginning of time, baby. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you are able to think how you want to think when it comes to marriage. All right? There is an ultimate marriage. All right? Before you can be married to anything in this illusion. All right? Outside of you. That ultimate marriage deals with yourself. Okay? You definitely have to be divinely in tune with yourself, okay, to be married to somebody else. Some people just go off of impulse, all right? And when I mean you go off of impulse, that means you go off of the general illusion, okay, projection or expectations of what a marriage should be, okay? Or the American dream, right? So you're basing that off of the dream. But when you're in tune with yourself and you're growing gradually, okay, and you're connected to that divine energy, the source, because you're source too, okay? You're just a little portion of that source, but you are part of the big source. You're that part of that main source, all right? So if you marrying somebody off of impulse, okay, it is still dealing with that divine marriage that you're carrying within yourself, okay? And that can be very illusionary, all right? Because that's your perception, okay, of what marriage is, all right? And this is why a lot of marriages don't even last today. Because if you can't deal with somebody countless times out of the day, You can't deal with the mood swings. You can't deal with the downfalls. You can't deal with none of that. Now, some people just, you definitely have to divorce because that's not the marriage. We go through these experiences. We go through all of these decisions in our experience. We'll hold on to something until we realize this shit ain't working. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people will, you know, the moment something don't go right, they want to completely divorce from it, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to go more than one time to do that, to make that final decision. Because sometimes if you're making a decision off of impulse, it could be the wrong fucking decision. Because you ain't learned the lesson. So you're going to end up being with somebody else, and 9 out of 10 being married to somebody else and facing the same motherfucking experiences because you ain't get it the first time.
That's real.
Right?
That's real talk right there.
You know, unless, you know, enough is enough. Unless you don't been beat in the head so many times with it, and then you like, you know, yeah, the shit ain't changing. Okay? Then yeah, we got to go. You know? But you got to know which those signs, okay? It's a very thin line between those signs, but you have to be so in tune with yourself where you can understand, well, I'm making a decision off of impulse, or if I'm really making a decision for growth. See what I'm saying? So I'm not against marriage, because marriage, I mean, you're not walking this journey by yourself, and you ain't got to be married just to one motherfucker that's a spouse. You have several relationships with other people, all right, that is in your marriage, all right? And marriage signifies village.
Yes. And in this illusion, you're not supposed to be by yourself.
Okay?
Let's say that again. In this
Say
illusion,
it again, bro.
in this illusion, you're not supposed to be by yourself. When you get in that hermit mode by yourself, that's for you to go within.
Yeah.
And in the ancient times, and what what a lot of us has been dumbed down with, when you go within, you go into the underworld.
Oh,
And the underworld is considered bad.
yeah.
But in the underworld, you're getting to know you. Now, haven't we been told the first light is darkness? When you go within, you're going into the darkness.
That's why
The
I asked you a while ago, what do you do? What do you see when you close your eyes?
mm,
When you first close your eyes, what do you see?
dark.
First, close your eyes is the clue.
Mm-hmm.
Because you close your eyes long enough, then you start to tap into the illusion. Then you start to tap into all of these different realms within yourself that were created off the illusion of the spark of your darkness. So what is the first thing that you see when you close your eyes? You ain't tapping in directly into no realms. You going into darkness first.
You're going into darkness first, and then some people don't like when they see themselves. Oh shit! All of a sudden scared.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's two sides.
Darkness brings the light, so it's gonna bring out these realms. It's gonna bring out these illusions, these things you tap into.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, bro. I just had to throw that in there.
Also with that, also with that, let's just take when we say, as we say, we are the ancestors, right? Because when the ancestors position, the ancestors go within you, because you are multi-universe. You are multi-universe. So we've been so disconnected from that part of resonating with the ancestors, and when they appear or yourself appear, we scared as hell. They didn't, because we've been programmed that that's some evil things, and no, there's nothing evil about that. That's how
Yeah.
you. So we have to have an understanding that when you go into the darkness, oh, that's where you start to turn on. That's where
Damn
the
right.
that's where the light turns on. All
Damn
that
right.
said, all the illusions start to you start to you know, y'all been y'all know as I pop up during a certain time of the year and say that's in your fallback moment. That's in your fallback. Your fallback can be in the winter, and you always take assessments of self to see where you at, to see if you good, and you got to go to the underworld to take that real assessment. Cause see, when you go into that underworld, you ain't got all the illusions and everything. It's just like some blinders on. You ain't you know. It's nothing that's going to be. It's nothing that's going to be kind of like manipulating you.
Right.
You're gonna you're gonna be in that darkness, that still. Because you got to remember, we're some cosmic beings.
Cosmic.
We're some cosmic beings.
Okay. Every name that we've been called, we all of that. Cosmic, definitely. This
That's it.
stardust, it deals with dust, stardust, the stars. Just like Erica said, darkness. When she closed her eyes, she see darkness, then stars. Come on.
Exactly. Exactly. And sis said about the marriage. Now, if you in the spiritual community, you're you're with someone, and some people in the community that you know, us as the collective, because regardless if it's different groups, we all still part of the collective. Some people don't believe in marriage.
They
Well,
don't.
well, let me inform you. If you've been doing that sacred energy exchange and y'all been doing it for a while, you married.
Mm-hmm. That's why they got this shit called common law. Common law marriage. Because you got something in common, baby. We got something in common. All right? You was common law married. All right?
The only
Ain't
thing,
no way around it.
the only thing these people did when it comes to marriage is that they created a paper to put it on. They created a paper for you to put it for both of you to sign, and then you have to go to their courts because you're a living being, and that court is considered an entity. And you they wants to be in the control, so they want to say, hey, we know that you two are together. Now, spiritual side, and
It's
just
like signing a document or
it's signing the decree. But
right, but it's another word I was looking for. But yeah, it's you signing your rights,
yeah,
right? Not your rights, but
it,
a part of
you really
you
are
know,
signing your
you're
rights.
really signing your rights.
You really are signing your rights.
As you go, I got it right. You really are signing your rights.
But
You know, it's giving that entity a right to accommodate or what is it like because they're getting your information and you're put into the system
mhm,
that you're with this person.
yes, that's who you're in their eyes. That's who you bonded with, and this is the part why I'm telling y'all: if you've been with someone for a amount of time and y'all doing that sexual energy exchange, you're married because spiritually that's creating the union. What I mean by that, this is part of the spiritual part of also what we call the Christ. Because says it says when man, it says you will see the works of the man. The works is not what you accompany. what you
My bad, bro.
what you accumulate, you know, here in brand plank, whatever you want to call it. It's not the assets. When you come together and y'all in that union, because you are forming a union, because you have two energies coming together, as Sis says, to make one. 1 + 0 is 1, to make one.
Right.
Now, during this time, it's going to show the works of the union. You also see the works through the offspring. The works that you put in, you're going to see the works also through the offspring. So
Mm-hmm.
if you don't think that you're married, you are. Now, this is the part where the
I just want to look up something while you're doing it. Go ahead.
now the part when the parents see in our ancient times, the parents understood this. This is why they wanted to do a nah, set you up with we're gonna set you up with such. And yes, part of it is, they want to make sure that you're straight. But they know when you start to get with somebody and you been with them from a period of time and y'all doing that, y'all married. It's just the ceremony that come with it. Because, we created that.
Mm-hmm.
The same way like we created what when you say when your female say, I ain't ready, you got a condom? We created that too.
Okay. Be creating like a motherfucker.
We created that too.
That's what I'm saying. Like everything is created off man.
Mm-hmm.
Even it's from within. Okay, the beast is inside you sleeping. Okay, that beast is dreaming. Okay, that's why they say life is a dream because we're in the fucking dream. Okay, so this beast is dreaming of these interactions dealing with this cosmic energy and everything else, right? So it's going to come out. I kind of lost my train of thought, but it's going to come out in a physical matter.
What is that beast? What is considered the beast, Sis?
Huh? What is considered the beast?
What is considered the beast? You didn't say it something right there.
I guess darkness. Not displaying. I'm lost. I'm looking at something, reading something. But go ahead.
That beast.
So my mind is not there. But what's considered the beast? I would say darkness. That feminine energy.
Because see, we talking about the underground, right?
Yeah.
They done made this beast. They done created and said that it's a beast, but we call it the Great Mother. We call her the Great Mother.
Okay.
So
Hold up. Well, I got this before you go there. Can you hold it for just a second?
Go ahead. Let's go.
Okay. I wanted to look up the word married, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of give us a little insight on the word married. Okay, the origin dealing with it. And I did get one of the origin meaning hold on, let me go back because I don't want to miss the word, y'all. It says to enter into the conjugal state. Okay, to enter into the conjugal state. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to go and look up what's conjugal. Okay, because I've heard that word before dealing with sex. What the fuck? Dealing with intimacy, basically in jail, right? All right. So I found that where was it? Okay, it means to yoke together. All right. As soon as I read to yoke together, I automatically seen the two cells. Like the atom and an electron becoming one.
Mm-hmm.
and create in life, creating the illusions.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say, like this shit is science, it really doesn't mean just one spouse, but it's like a whole village of motherfuckers that you've been encountered with, you've connected to. And it can be not only physical, that can be mentally, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all join together for some time. So y'all create a certain type of divine energy in that space. You know what I'm saying? Like another atom. I mean, not another atom, but another cell. Because an atom and an electron creates a cell. So that's like creating another cell in another space. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So cells are like memories, all right? Because you got membranes, all right? Which are cells.
Mm-hmm.
So you're creating another memory, all right? So anything that you are basically in connection to, in this fucking illusion, this dream, all right, is what you're married to. It's what you're attached to. It's what you put your energy into, all right? That's why they have this common law marriage, because you have something in common. And y'all been together for years, and it takes years to build. It can be a year, because I think in the physical matter in this world, you have to be together for what, 5 years to have to be common law married. And with common law married, you can still get spousal support and all of this shit. You don't have to have the paperwork to be divorced. You can still go to the courts and get out of this shit, especially if this person has been taking care of you, okay, for all of these years, and you've been staying with this person. They can take you to court and get spousal support. You see what I'm saying? So it really, the paper don't mean shit, because even if you with somebody for a minute, you're still married to them.
And that,
you see what I'm saying?
And that's where the illusion.
I don't give a fuck if you best friends, my nigga.
Yeah, and that's where the truth always come out. Did y'all catch that? That's where the truth comes out. When you common law marriage, it's letting you know that you ain't never need the paper.
Never needed it. But we do that. Into the marriage, we signing our rights into this illusion.
Yeah.
You creating what do they call it, like a patent. You become a patent into this motherfucker.
Exactly. Like they patent everything. They patent everything. That's where the illusion get broke down, because they already know when you come together and you're together for a period of time, you are married.
Yeah, so, you are married. And it's crazy, it's 5 years. Because even when you marry, motherfuckers say you make it the first 5 years, you good. It counts.
Exactly. If you can make it past, and if you stop at that 5 years, or you stop at 4, then
you still can get off free. You might not even have to pay for the motherfucking divorce.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we say. You better go on and hit sis up and get you some of that spiritual stuff to go on and put in your bathtub and go to wash it off.
Okay, go on and get that divine baths, baby.
And some of us have been married to a bunch of motherfuckers.
Okay. I'm telling you, been married the whole motherfucking time.
Been married the whole bunch.
You got something in common with your ass married to him. Yeah, you can always call this person because you got something in fucking common. So I mean, it really is what it is. Now I want to break down the word, dealing with the fingers. To break it down the fingers, we decode it, right? And the word dealing with that. Now we know, like I say, the ring finger should be this, because without this finger, your finger's dead, your hand's dead. Okay. You need the middle finger for a lot of shit. Everything on this hand to operate, but it's still science behind the reason why it's this one, okay? Because you still need this one too, okay?
Bring it down.
You know what I'm saying? So we have the index finger. I'm gonna go by one. And I looked up the origin for all of these words, and this shit just kind of blew my fucking mind. Okay? And it's crazy that they would name these fingers these words. Okay? Because all the words words have every fucking meaning to it, but you have to get to the origin of everything. Because it's science-based. It's dealing with, divine energy, divine connection to nothingness. You know what I'm saying? So we have to tap into that energy to what it is symbolically, you know what I'm saying, before it becomes words. So, index. Why would this be the index finger? Who decided to call this motherfucker index? Who decoded? Who broke the code? This is gonna be that's the index finger.
Nah, where they borrowed it from? Where they borrowed it from?
Hey, you know what I mean? What's the science behind that shit? You know what I mean?
Okay.
But that index. Go ahead.
Nah, I was saying break it down. Come on with that index.
Okay, the index. The origin to that. The word index. Off top it says clue. Now we talking about cosmic energy. This is a cosmic marriage. Okay, and cosmic marriage deals with atom and electron. Okay, or Adam and Eve. All right, that's the first. That's your cosmic marriage. It deals with, okay, these are the people that created humanity. Because in reality, that's true. I mean, not reality. In scientific energy, dealing with the energy, that's true. All right. So connected it to science, that would be the actual truth. Okay, dealing with atom and electron. All right, because they create the cells, and cells are illusion. They're your ass. We are each cells in this motherfucker. Okay.
Yes.
A fucking memory.
Yes.
All right. So index is a clue. All right, and this is how you choose your fucking people that you have something in common with. Okay, especially the motherfuckers you're married. All right. It's a clue, and it's in every book. Okay, so you learn this person, and you learn what's in this book of this person, because each one of us is symbolic for a book. All right, you start to pick up clues and shit. Okay, they got their mind on right. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You work hard, you play smart. All right, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you got a nigga back? What? Yeah. I think I can fuck with you for a minute. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, you cooler than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Your energy, right? You know what I'm saying? All that shit. Oh, you be spitting that shit. You know what I mean? All of this clues to a motherfucker in a book. All right? All right. So when you go to these books and stuff like that, they all have indexes. All right. And in the index, it has a clue to each chapter dealing with a motherfucker. Okay? From the beginning to the motherfucking end. All right? So you gain this clue with your index finger. This is what this shit is signaling off in your motherfucking energy. Okay? Because it starts all with the motherfucking hand. All right? I'm about to expose this motherfucker ain't as powerful as you fucking think. Not in this shit, it ain't. Okay? It's the motherfucking hand. Okay? Index. They always give you a clue about everything. You read with the motherfucker, your index finger. It's a Okay? My earring ain't gonna stay on. I'm gonna just take the motherfuckers out. Cause I get to shaking with my head. And I just gonna fall off anyway. Okay? Then we got the middle finger. Okay? And that is which I think should be the ring finger. The real, I mean not the middle finger. This is the ring finger. Okay? This is the ring finger. Okay? It's close to your index, okay? Which is an invite, a connection, a direct connection, okay, to the ring, which is gonna represent your motherfucking circle of you, okay? Yourself, all right? Which gives a person or anything that you're connected to in this motherfucking invite into your space. This is why it's the ring finger.
Into your field.
Okay?
You welcome them into your field.
Okay? Right into your field, your energy field. All right?
Exactly.
Then we got the middle finger, okay? Which the middle finger represents balance between all four of these motherfuckers right here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's the oneness, okay? That's why it's fuck you, okay? Without it, these motherfuckers don't function, okay?
Okay.
You're gonna be just like this. If that bitch is off, you're gonna be just like this. The motherfuckers ain't gonna function, okay? Then we have the thumb, okay? And that's always symbolic to your fifth finger. Because we start like this when we count. Okay? That represents that 5, all fingers. Okay? And even with the thumb, you can't do really too much either. Okay? You can't hold shit without it. Okay? You ain't got nothing to grip with your motherfucking thumb. Okay? So you can't hold nothing. It holds everything together. Okay? And I really didn't get this finger. But dealing with 4, I mean, you know, or just dealing with it. I really don't know this name of this finger. I didn't get it, y'all. But these other ones are very significant that I gained, okay? So when it comes to this first eye, okay? Oh, hold on. Let me, before I get the first eye, all right? Because we had tapped into, you know, where do you mostly see the index at, and what books are referenced as the index, okay? And that we got a direct hit with encyclopedia, okay? I ended up breaking up the word encyclopedia, okay? And it's definitely dealing with going within. Cycle, okay? A cyclo, that's a, you know, a spin, okay? Oh, it's a point finger, sense of direction. Thank you, sis. I didn't get it. I didn't get what it was. I was like, damn, what is this finger called? But yeah, that's right, the pointing finger, sense of direction. So your hand is your guide, okay? It's the power. It's what holds the power, all right? When you're moving in your direction, okay? So with that index, and it's mostly in encyclopedias, like I said, I wrote down that word that deals with in is entering your cycle or your cyclo, okay? That spinning circle, which is your whirlwind of energy, okay? Your pedia dealing with your first eye, okay? All right? So it has to go in there, all right? But your hand is what caused that energy and the force to move, all right? If you look up any pictures with Jesus or any type of powerful God identity, their hand is the most important thing in the picture. It's what you're missing. We looking at the fucking first eye and all of this other shit in the background and not realizing your hand is the most powerful thing on your fucking suit. It's what guides you. All right? It's what connects you to everything in the fucking universe or in this world. I ain't mean to
Yeah.
say, you know, but in this world.
That's why you see the same thing of Jesus doing what the Baphomet did. Correct.
Exactly. You are the Baphomet. You know, you have the top and the bottom of a cyclone energy, right? It's like a whirlwind energy, like a tornado. All right? That's your force of energy. That's how you move. We see this in water when it goes moving round and round. You can do it with your finger, with your point finger.
Exactly.
Just put it in some water and do it like that.
Yeah. Now put that hand back up there, sis. Put your hand back up there. Now, you said that thumb represents the what? The 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
How
You
many?
can't grip, you can't hold nothing with it without it.
That's a very important piece. Because you say what when you with the index finger, you're doing this. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you cool. Oh, you down. Oh, you loyal.
Okay.
But if you can go from there to that thumb, they say if you make it past what 5,
Hey, when we sipping tea, what we do? We stick out that pinky.
but sis, what
We
they
sipping
say,
a little while, a little drinky drink. You sticking out that
what
pinky.
they say, if you can make it past that 5,
Yeah, if you can make it past that 5, which is what you grip and what you hold.
see, yeah, cause see, let's dive in.
Go ahead. Let's die.
Women now,
You know how we.
some of you females are asked, okay, what's your favorite thing in intimacy? Some is going to be the mind, some is going to be the touch and feel. But how many really walk around, you know? See, when you was in them 90s, if that 90s love, you're going to be walking hand in hand. If you're going
Okay.
apart, that hand is, them fingers are just like this right here. See, it's a whole thing. So if you
Mm,
pass that 5, well, baby, you really holding on. We holding on through this, through whatever.
okay.
But but you got to go through the levels because see, that's why they come to that part of when they want to make sure back in the day that they want to kind of put you together
Peace,
because
everybody.
peace.
Peace,
So,
peace, y'all.
so
Coming on.
through those levels, you got to reach those levels in the marriage to where oh, I know you really gonna hold me down.
Okay.
Because somebody can hold you down for just for enough.
You're trying to hold on to a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're
Some people can.
trying to hold on. Let
Yeah.
that motherfucking thumb, that grip go.
Mm-hmm. Because
Right.
take
Okay, y'all. I'm a little tilted, but yeah, you right.
take it to my boy Teddy, my boy the teddy bear. Baby, hold on to me.
Okay.
You see, I'm a special kind. But see, some people.
Okay, she don't. He said you see it in my index, baby.
Yeah, so now you got to pay attention. And see, this where a lot of us men, that we have to turn on too. Because
Yeah.
women, because women, y'all do this here, they sitting back, they listen, they going through the page by page looking at you.
Okay.
So we got to go through the same page by page. Because,
And
some people.
motherfuckers be talking about, I wish we had new signs before I got attached to this motherfucker. You had signs, motherfucker. You ignored them.
You had the flags. Now.
And the flags. It was on the plane.
Well, see.
We were just having good times. We ignored a lot of them motherfuckers.
And see, I'm gonna tell y'all what that is. You have to be able to distinguish between
Man, my man.
you're gonna have to be able to distinguish between the representative and then that that motherfucker that's gonna, cause see, that mass is the representative. And sometimes you end up falling for the representative, and then when the representative no longer there, and you be like, who the fuck is you? Nah, bro, representative back. I like the representative back. Like your motherfucking ass, bring the representative back. But that's all to get into that's all to get into your field.
Right. That's right, though.
Oh, now, now the whole mask come out. Yeah, this is me. Who are you? No, I don't like you. I want the representative back. Wait a minute, let me get the representative back. And then you have to get on and cut that call. Say, you know what? I don't think this gonna work for me. I'm gonna holler at you. This ain't gonna work.
Okay, I don't think it's gonna work. Okay.
And then you're gonna have to do that. Say you can go that way.
Okay, I'm tired of playing clue with your ass. All right, I don't got all the clues I need, baby.
Say you can only point with that point finger.
I got it.
on there, go that way.
My index, I don't got all the goddamn clues I need. I don't want to take the next step, baby.
No, I'm good.
Okay? We ain't getting to the ring, okay?
Nah.
Okay, you're not. No. Not gonna be coming a nightmare in me, motherfucking circle.
You know, sometimes you gotta tell people, you know, look, I can be
hey.
digital boss.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yes, it did.
That's
Yes,
why,
indeed.
you know, I mean, in art, you know, or just symbolism, the hand is the most powerful thing. I've been studying this shit for a minute, and it's been still coming up, you know, and it's just like, damn, you know, it's really hard to break the chain that the third eye is just only the illusion. It needs the hand to work.
Yeah, well, you know, they go hand in hand, because what we don't understand too is that through your hands come a lot of power. Your hands give off a lot of your hands give off a lot of energy. And if you really in tune with
Damn right it do.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling you the other night when I touched my coworker.
Yeah.
And he was in the face, and I was like, man, I instantly teared up. Just by touch.
Look, when you embrace somebody and you hug them, and that hands lay, this is one of the church, the land of the hands.
Okay.
That energy, they're gonna feel that energy.
That's why you can't let everybody touch you.
Exactly.
We used to be in church and motherfuckers laying hands on you, and they got all kind of motherfucking energy on them, and they putting it on your motherfucking ass, and you going home with all this motherfucking energy and fuck up your motherfucking space.
So what did the lady say? That's in the Bible. If I could just touch.
No, you ain't touching nothing.
If I could just touch the cloak.
Ooh, thank you, sis. Yes. The video said that middle finger mimics the spine. Direct connection to your to your alignment. Didn't I say, Ty, this was got to be just the balance? This the one that you need this motherfucker finger to work for everything in the hand.
Yeah. And see.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, thank you for that, because just like that spine, that 33 vertebrae, that circle goes up. That 30
right up into the top. You got to go through all of these levels.
You got to go through them levels.
And it goes right up into their goddamn what?
It goes right up there to it. You know when that serpent is going through those.
So your energy got to give your third eye the energy to see in this bitch.
Yes. And when that serpent is going through them 7 seals, and them 7 seals are open. See, that's why.
I mean, everything you fucking do, you putting energy in that motherfucker to see through your third eye. Because the frontal, when I get to that in a minute, okay, it's on a whole nother motherfucking level. And while we've been pointing right here, not even understand what the fuck we pointing at.
Well,
talking about the third eye.
I know you got the 3.
That's
right?
Fucking third eye. The third eye is fine. It's over there in the back. You know when they say your motherfucking mama got eyes in the back of her head? That's where that motherfucking third eye is. That's where it's at. It ain't got shit to do with the front.
No, because it's in the middle.
I'm gonna
give
y'all some motherfucking science, and I told y'all I was coming hard. I don't care.
Yeah. No, because you got them 3, right?
So it's gonna definitely get out.
So you got them 3. You got.
I'm sorry, bro. I had to let it out.
You got them 3 now, right?
I'm ready now.
Come on with that. Come on with that science of that. Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Give me a minute.
Before we get to the frontal, but I got to finish up this marriage, this cosmic marriage, okay? What's up, sis? Okay?
Let me get me good.
Now, we like I said, we count from right to left. Or is it, yeah. No, it's right to left when you when you in a matrimony, right? You doing the union, you doing the marriage, right? And when you giving the ring right, it's right to left, right? He put the finger on your right. You put on your left. You put it on his left. At the same time, right? Creates the X. See, they know the cosmic science of this shit. They know how to create new cells to create this reality to keep going and going to keep the marathon going. Okay? You know what we got? They know the connection is everything. That's why I told y'all love is connection. You can be in love with a lot of motherfucking things in this motherfucker. Love is what's keeping your ass here. All right? So they know that this right to love deals with the X. That means, okay, that's the new beginning. All right? That's a oneness. That's the union. And you putting a motherfucking ring. What do the ring symbolize? A fucking circle. All right? Your circle is symbolic to the cell, which is your ass in this fucking experience. All right? Your body, this whole suit is a fucking cell. All right? So it's symbolic to your cell connected to another cell. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all are creating new cells. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And these cells just happen to be memories, all right? Illusions, okay? Dreams, all right? Of the big bad beast that's sleeping, all right? That divine, that feminine, that masculine, all together. Well, masculine represents the fucking outside world, all right? I've been saying this shit forever, all right? That's why we so masculine in this bitch. That's why we survivors in this bitch. Because the masculine represents the illusion. It represents the dreams. It represents all of these things that we doing in this fucking physical world. Beyond it ain't nothing but feminine. All right? And feminine don't have no identity. We looking at it when we dealing with the suits. Because that's symbolic in the dreams. Okay? Because feminine energy doesn't represent a female. It represents the creator. It represents the one that holds the cell. All right? So they know this shit. So it don't matter if you got a paper or not. Exactly. Whatever you put your energy into, whatever you intertwine with, because you a cell. All right? It's who you married to. All right?
That's why I always say, if you are divine, when you tap into yourself as a masculine, and you go down there at that yonder, you can see you can see clearly to the other side. Yeah, they ain't catch that.
They ain't catch.
If you in tune with yourself and y'all intimate, and then go down there to the yonder.
The water fountain of youth.
The water fountain. And he tapped in. He let me say it closer. Y'all come on in. He can see clearly on the other side. And that other side, that look kind of like velvet. Oh, man, you'll be like, what the?
Okay, straight cosmic.
But you got to be tapped in on that. See, that's when y'all when y'all been holding on. When y'all done been through some shit. Tapped in. And it become more just the physical.
And let me say this right quick, bro. Now, fellas, y'all can't be drinking from everybody fountain. Some fountains is contaminated.
No. The motherfucker gotta go through these levels. They gotta go through these levels before you get to doing that. They gotta go through these levels before you get to doing all that.
Okay, now I'm telling you that.
Everybody out here, they just out here. Everybody out here tripping, but
right.
You don't want to drink from the depository of everyone. Don't do it. Do it. Don't do it. You might
You
as
want to go to the most natural thing, baby. You better go to the most natural thing, baby, because a lot of this shit is goddamn contaminated, baby.
Mm-hmm. All that.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah, all of them. You don't want to be drinking from everybody's depository. Sometimes you better make sure you
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah, yo, sis.
You
Okay, now, bro.
don't drink from everybody's depository. You gotta. And then you gotta make sure
Mm-mm.
you're wrapped up.
Some motherfuckers be mixing too many chemicals. You better talk about it.
Because see, this is why also too that when we get with someone spiritually, and
Mm-hmm.
I have on the side that, and I can speak of it because we also have the oracle here, and she's not just this talking oracle here. You know, y'all can get readings with her. This is why sometimes too that you experience that past life with these certain individuals that you came with because you don't walk
Okay.
because you done walk with them before, and it feels so familiar. So you have to be, you have to, hmm, oh, hmm, you know,
Tell me.
it's gonna be like this. You're gonna have to take all that in, and you
Yeah.
got to make sure that it's just not just the
Sorry,
feeling.
y'all.
It got to go past the feeling. You got to feel that to the end.
Okay.
Got to,
You definitely got to feel it. That's why they say touch is the most important fucking
yeah.
senses in this motherfucking realm. Okay?
This is
It's how you believe. It's how you experience.
yes.
See, the shit I be on, motherfuckers. I ain't even try to. It's just on a whole nother level. But it's a science dealing with us overall, you know. And it's a lot. When I always say, we always say it's a lot deeper, because the shit is a lot deeper than what the surface is showing. Meaning, you got to get right into that feminine energy, that beginning energy, that origin shit, and you really have to be tapped in. You have to have an open mind, and if we can have an open mind to everything that we are interconnected to, that becomes a part of our reality, which is the marriage. Yeah, we gotta be open minded to everything else, and you'll be able to see this shit like a thing. But I want to say this right quick. What Shape said, the first eye works on a 360-degree vision, and you are correct. Okay, you just came in, but we were just talking about that shit. All that shit have to, be in alignment. It has to come up that vertebrae, that 33. It has to come to a full circle for you to get up into that first eye. And this is not the first eye. We're gonna get into that. Yeah, alchemy. Alchemy is definitely a good source to dive into, because it's definitely what it is. We look at ourselves as the alchemist, a musician.
Oh, girl, and that's exactly what it is. When you coming together like this here and you feeling that force, that force energy from each other, that's alchemy in itself.
Oh,
If I can't do this here with a female, if I can't do this with, if I can't do, and we out in the box, it ain't just when you in a let me see. Now, if you can't do that with somebody, not just in a place where y'all just alone, yeah, yes, yes,
okay.
sure. But if you can't be like this here out and about, it's a problem with that. Nah, nigga, you can go that way. You can go that
Mm-hmm.
way. Cause this right here, them force fields gonna say a whole thing. It ain't all about that. Yeah, I can hug. You can hug me too. We can't do this right here. Nigga, go that way
Okay.
because your energy going. It's gonna let you know.
It
At
definitely.
times, and a lot of times, you don't. And see, that's one thing that I loved. always go to the 90s, that 90s love, right, sis? We always go to that 90s because you had that. It was a feeling of
The
that.
nine, ooh, it was a beautiful year because it's the years of the nines, baby.
Yeah.
High energy, high memories, high sales, baby. A lot of babies was made in the 90s.
Because
All them little
that force of this right here was symbolic. This right here was symbolic, was very symbolic. That holding this right here out in the body,
right.
that was something that was the norm. It was a norm. It was naturally. It was a naturally norm. But you don't get that. You don't see that now. Because people
No.
going with the, like sis say, the impulse, the look.
Uh,
Nah, motherfucker,
quick decision.
just because she just got the smile way.
And people always throw the 90s party as the most.
Yeah.
It's a very memorable moments of our life. And it's a reset.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. It wasn't. What's the word for right now? Hey, it wasn't. It wasn't kind of like watered down as it is now.
It definitely wasn't.
It wasn't watered down in them times of the now. It
It
wasn't
definitely.
down. But come on, sis, dive into that part of
All right, so we're gonna finish this up before I get into this right here, because that's a whole nother level. Okay. But okay, we talked about the X, giving the rings, connecting the cell. All right, that's the cosmic connection. That's you giving your power, that person giving you their power. Okay,
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we give each other power. All right, it's always by touch. If a motherfucker touch you, they have entered your circle, your space. All right, and sometimes it takes a motherfucker to sweep them out to get them out. All right. So you got to be careful, that's why we don't like people to touch us. All right? Don't just touch me like that. I don't know you like it.
Now, there's a flip side to that, too, because your touch can run a motherfucker off.
Yeah, your touch can run a motherfucker off, too. Because your energy can be so high,
Yeah.
And they can see us, and we can see each other's auras. Auras is a whole nother topic, but we can see each other's auras. And auras deals with the connection of that 360, that eye, right? You know what I'm saying? And whatever that shit projects out through the frontal, and this is why you see the frontal as mostly like a projector image, you know what I'm saying? Because it's your movie. It's what you're seeing through these fucking eyes. And we're gonna connect all of that, We're gonna connect all of that. Because it's not that does not have a direct connection to the first eye. All right, the first eye is the light. It's that's the light. That's the ring of your consciousness. All right, so we're gonna get all this shit together tonight. All right, but yeah, that becomes your cosmic connection. All right, so you got to be careful what you connect to in this motherfucker. All right,
Yeah. Gotta protect your energy out here. Gotta protect your energy out here.
and it's not just physically. That's by your thoughts as well.
Exactly.
Because your thoughts become your reality. Remember, we're part of the sleeping giant that's sleeping. And thoughts create cells. This is what the main womb is at right here.
Oh, you just said something. We're part of that what? We're part of that what? That sleeping what?
Sleeping giant.
Now, how many? I'm a person. I love Dracula movies. They say Dracula always come out at night. Well, we're told, we know we're, ancient times, children of the sun. And some crazy motherfuckers like sun glaze, not knowing you're not supposed to sun glaze. If anything, you're gonna look at, you're gonna glaze at that moon. And see, one thing about that carbon, that melon likes to lurk out during the night. Sis say in this dream, boy, when you lay down, it's lurking and moving. It's lurking and moving. You just moving. You having all type of experiences. Some people are
Right,
conscious of it, and some people are not conscious of it. And we wonder where the movie Dracula comes from.
right,
You see how
right,
everything ties.
right.
You see how everything ties into that beast.
Ties into, yeah, ties into everything, which is, yeah, to everything, especially the sales.
Mm-hmm.
You
Now,
know what I mean?
and we know that that beast is a cosmic beast. That serpent should say, feminine, the source. Now,
Yeah, I got to say something after you.
you say what?
I was talking to myself, but I say I got something to say after you. But go ahead, because I'm listening to you. I said
Now,
it.
who is all the children of that serpent? You have a certain code that's tied into you, that's tied into your DNA. And you've been told that it's evil.
That is what? Hold on, let me turn it on.
You've been told that it's evil.
Oh, yeah.
You've been
That,
told that mark.
that,
You've
that
been
damn
told that
church
mark.
and organization is right here.
Told that you've been told the mark of the beast. You've been told the mark of the beast is evil. Well, this just talked about neutrons, electrons. Only thing we didn't add was protons. That would be your 666. Carbon,
Mm-hmm. That is the 666.
carbon, your melon. Yeah.
Okay,
And
and we gonna get the melanin too, bro. Hold up.
all right, all right. I'm going. I'm skipping my bag. Let's go. Let's go. I'm be
Hold up,
quiet.
bro.
My bag. My bag. My bag. My bag. My bag. Let me rewind that. Let me give me another.
No, that's good that you brought the word up. So that's, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we
Yeah.
can go back. Hold on.
My bag. I'm skipping. My bag. My bag. My bag. My bag.
Sorry. Because
Well, we get
I got some too. I ain't even got it pulled up yet. But yeah, Shay, free in the God within, and you don't have to change your space to make a motherfucker comfortable. It's your space, man.
you got
You live how you want to live.
and that and you know what that comes to? That comes to that word called be boundaries. You don't let a motherfucker cross your boundaries. And let me tell you something, just talking about boundaries. Sister, you can go ahead. We're told that we need to have boundaries for other people, but you also need boundaries for yourself.
Yeah.
This this comes with your thoughts. You need to have boundaries for yourself. This is where the going to the underworld, what we say going within. We're gonna find
Uh-huh.
what
Where they
exactly
speak
is.
about hell and all of that in church. They talking about going within.
Yeah, you need to when you go within, you're setting boundaries for yourself. And when you set
Mm-hmm.
boundaries for yourself, it's a automatically of setting boundaries with anyone else. Now you're not gonna step into this field. No, you're not stepping in that. No, you're not going to try to push me into you want to see how far it go. We're going to cut you off before you even must get started. What was that, Shay?
Yeah, it is so easy to fall.
Yeah. So it's easy to fall. Yeah. It's easy to
But what
fall
we
if you don't
say
step.
when we as parents, it's okay to fall. You can always what?
Get,
Get back up and try it again.
yeah. Yeah. Try and try again. Try and try again. And see, here's
Falls are good. How you learn what not to do and what to do. It's supposed to be your natural instinct, part of your natural instinct.
yes. Now here's what the fall. You have to be willing to kick, scratch, and bite to keep going. Not to lay there, not to be in no self pity mode. You got to be your biggest fan, your biggest critic, your biggest
Mhm.
cheerleader. Nothing outside of you, all you.
You got to believe in you before you can believe it.
And
Yeah, you gotta believe in you ultimately.
it's not because a lot of people, they want validation outside themselves when the only thing they have to do is go within. When you go within, when you start dealing with you, you gonna kick, scratch, and bite through any goddamn thing. You motherfucker, I'm finna keep going. That's the whole part of the metamorphosis. That's
Yeah.
part of the metamorphosis. That's the whole part of the rise. Because you got
Hmm.
on. Sis no Emus, they tell you that in through tarot. Keep going, wounded warrior.
Okay. Keep going.
Keep
Keep
going.
running. Keep going. Keep moving. Okay. The future awaits. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right. The future holds everything that you're putting into motion. You know what I'm saying? To fall into your collective, your path. All right. So yeah, it awaits. It's whatever you want to do. You have so many options, okay, that you can subscribe to, or you can be in tune with, what I'm saying, connect to, what I'm saying. So, it's all up to you. And,
Yeah.
sometimes we have to go through several connections till we get to the right one. It's just what it is,
Say it.
to a solid foundation.
Say it again. We have to go through what? Man.
Several connections till we get to the right one. It's just basic science. And science is knowing. All right.
Yeah. So never give up. Because that's very powerful, sis. Say you have to go through several connections to get to one. Because most people, they want to shut down. No, it's just an experience.
Exactly.
And keep it moving.
Hmm.
Catch the lessons and keep it moving. Shit, don't let them
Yeah,
up you down. Nobody can slow you down or stop you but your damn self.
that's true.
All right.
Mhm.
I'm sick of y'all. Go on.
Okay, let me say this before we move on to the next topic, because I ain't gonna stay too long on the marriage. Um, but I want to connect it to, of course, all of this dealing with the hand. Okay. Um, but yeah, this marriage, the marriages. This is why there is this whole thing. Now, that's my motto. Okay? Like, come on now. It's just an experience. It's not that serious. You know what I mean? You gotta go through all connections till you get to the maximum. But yeah, these marriages out here in this physical world, okay? This is why a lot of them end the way they do. It's just a connection. All right. We take it so seriously because we do put in so much energy into one union, right? But sometimes you're not putting just energy into that one union, and the other person has a physical, projection or connection to this marriage, all right? Versus the other partner might see it as, this connection not working, so I'm stepping out. So it can be several reasons to, a person not having an authentic, marriage. Okay. You have to understand that connections come and go, connections down, they come and go. They flame might be, low vibrational than yours. It has its ups and downs in marriages. All right. Somebody's not going to always be a high energy. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, some marriages don't last because based off a lot of situations. And sometimes it's just not the connection, it's just an experience. So you have to, sometimes readjust and, readapt. All right. Which is a
Yes.
connect to that cell or that person, by a divorce, so it's really not authentic here because the way we look at it from a physical matter. But if you look at it from a spiritual attunement, you become more conscious. All right, we're not conscious because you're already a conscious in this illusion. All right, you are a consciousness, so it becomes more aware, and being aware is being in tune and being into the physical matter, which is a touch, dealing with the hand. Okay. All right. Oh, I just had a fucking picture of E.T. in my fucking head with his finger up. Okay? Extraterrestrial energy. You know what I'm saying? The connection to phone home. All right. To the cosmic circle. All right. So, you know, it becomes your reality. So, you know, a lot of us, you know, a lot of people live off of that energy, you know, dealing with the energy, the illusion of the physical marriage, all right? But if we look at it from an attunement within ourselves, we're becoming more aware of who we become connected to, you know what I'm saying? And understanding the connection, and everybody's connection is not going to always be high, you know? We sometimes have to balance each other out. And sometimes we got to understand what's draining, okay? You know, which is becoming an issue to your energy in your cell, and it's taking so much from your cell, it's too much to bear. We have to understand the difference between these two situations dealing with connecting to people in a marriage, right? All right. So some people will make a decision off of impulse because shit is not going their way. All right. And then they go, and like I told, if y'all just coming in, like I said before, then we'll get into another situation with somebody else, and it's still the same physical matter. You see what I'm saying? You're not running from it. It's no running from it. You have to walk through it. You have to see it. Whether you're walking through it by yourself and you're connecting to other people and realizing that energy within yourself, right? That vibration, your frequency. All right. And even with other people, and you identifying with it. So it gives you the awareness, the attunement of, okay, I know where to go with this direction. That's why there's a lot of people that's like, yeah, I'm selfish with my energy. Because trust me, I am. Okay. I'm not going to just really be in tune with a lot of people, like in my space personally. Like, we can do this viral thing. This is the best goddamn invention, because you can have a lot of people in one space and not physically touching, but in a spiritual attunement, okay? Because when it becomes physical, it becomes an attachment. You see what I'm saying? It becomes a enter into your, invitement into your space. So I'm conscious. I'm aware of that, okay? In my consciousness, all right?
And we also aware of energies when we own this.
And you have to be aware. You have to identify all these other energies too, because they was once inside of you. You don't already seen them. You don't imitate that energy, so you know, or you don't seen it. So you should be able to be aware of it. You see what I'm saying? All right. So once you come into this divinity about yourself, all right, and you're taking your time. You know, that's why a lot of people say, take your time, get married. Just take your time. Don't rush.
Right, so don't
Let's see what
rush.
the next 5 years come from now. It's always the 5, because the 5 is going to be the identity to everything in your future, whether you take that leap completely by giving a hand, which is the power to that connection. All right.
Mm-hmm. And they also tell you take your
And that
time
is a
before.
cosmic marriage. All right. We got these little, we have these little other cells that's not even main connections. They just a connection to keep the main connections going. They just a part of those cells. You know what I'm saying? So, you have to be able to identify all of this energy surrounding that cell before you can just let all of that energy into this space, which is a connection to your cell. You see what I'm saying? We started to get into marriage with, oh, he makes a lot of money. Oh, he got his head on straight. Oh, she got this. She got she got this. She got this degree. Oh, she looks good than a motherfucker. Oh, she can cook. Everything that's physical matter. What about the attunements within? Is you gonna lift my energy up when I'm down? Okay? And am I gonna lift you up when we down? We gonna carry each other in this energy. You know what I'm saying? We gonna bring a village together. Marriage signifies village. All right?
Oh, girl, you just said a whole lot right there, sis. That's where you will get That's the part that they tell you, parents, other parties of your people that's part of your village tell you, take your time, baby. Don't just move on impulse. Don't just
Right. Just don't move on impulse.
don't just move on impulse because a marriage is excuse me. It's like you have a picture.
Hold
Y'all
on.
be have one picture, and one person cannot be pouring. It has
Yeah,
to
and one person
be
cannot be pouring into you and all of your fucking
yeah.
village. No, B, that's not what
It has,
we married. I don't want this cosmic connection. All
yeah,
right, we gonna have to fucking cut
yeah,
this shit because
exactly,
still you separate, okay? And we don't fucking separate because I'm not putting all my energy into this one cell and make a big and y'all using all my fucking energy, my power.
exactly, exactly.
So you got to be smart, and that
It
ain't
has
just with a
yeah,
spouse. That's with friends. That's with family. Hell, that's even with your fucking kids.
exactly, exactly. You cannot be pouring into someone and allowing someone to drain you, and they're not reciprocating and pouring into you. It has to be. It has to go both ways.
It definitely.
You cannot. It is not on one being. And listen at the word that I'm saying, being. Because at the end of the day, you're a human being. This lets you know you're a cosmic being. You just a genie in the bottle, the vessel.
Okay.
It is not on one being to carry the relationship. You have one being that's pouring.
That's
Yeah,
how you play. And I'm finna get into that. I'm finna get into that once bro finishes shit up too. I mean, not shit up. You know what I'm saying? his, his, his dialogue up because yeah, it's all coming into full circle. Go ahead, bro. Because I'm waiting.
yeah, we already know.
You
We know what it is.
probably gonna say what I'm about to say too. Go ahead.
It is not on one being to carry it. It has to be both.
Mm-hmm.
No, because then you're a drain. And just as Sis say, it's not just with the marriage. It's with your. Let's talk about a web. We're connected in this web.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me and Sis, if she need if she need my energy, she can get my energy. Just as I needed her energy, she can get my energy. But one thing we both know, we constantly pour into each other.
That's right.
It's a reciprocated thing. So if she going through something, she my mirror, so I'm gonna automatically give it to
Yeah.
her. And just and it's vice versa. And it definitely
Right.
has to be like that when you're in a union with someone. Because
That's true.
you keep pouring and pouring and pouring, and they're not doing nothing. That's no union. That's a go on, exit the door. You can go that way. Go ahead, sis.
Okay. Now, what Shay was talking about, that's how you break, right? Because break was definitely a word for me. Okay. That's part of that disconnect. That divorce. Divorce is a disconnection to the sale. Okay, that's all it is. Even when you have to go through the courts, or even if you do it in a spiritual way, like most people say, we ain't doing the paper, we just gonna be common law married, because that still means you still got something to come and y'all still
Mhm.
married. But and then y'all don't want to go through the courts, but y'all still have to go through a certain divorce either way. Okay, it's a disconnect. Okay, and that's automatically causes physical chaos. Okay, and physical visions with no spiritual um boundaries, with no spiritual boundaries. Okay, so basically once we create a break with a sale, right,
Mhm.
because pay attention to this part. I'm gonna end this with let me say this first. Okay, I'm moving too fast. But once we go through this break, right, this divorce, right? Yeah, it is a ritual. Ritual is life, okay?
Yes.
Look up the origin. Ritual means life, okay? It's a ritual,
Exactly.
okay? And it deals with the illusions, all right? That deals with the physical matter becoming, an illusion, okay? So the physical chaos, okay, comes into play. Okay, when you go through a divorce in a marriage or a breakup with a friend or with your kids or with a spouse or with family, okay, it creates chaos. All right, you have to go through all this chaos energy. It's gonna drain you. Okay, and draining is a form of stripping everything away from you. Okay, it takes it all out of us. Okay, it's like yourself is giving you a self cleansing. All right. Now, here's the key to this. It leaves no boundaries, okay? When it comes to that, the boundaries is, it becomes, it's a word I'm trying to use. It'll come to me. There's no boundaries. And what I mean by boundaries, I was looking for the physical, it's the scientific word, but I can't get it. No structure, okay? There's no structure, okay? So that's really tapping into that divine feminine energy, okay? That darkness, all right? Okay, it drains you like a motherfucker, all right? And with this physical chaos, you start to see physical visions. And with these physical visions, you be mad as fuck, you know what I'm saying? You be like, yeah, I want to fucking bitch. I'm gonna pull that. I'm saying? I hate that beat. Damn, I hate that motherfucker. You know, be on some shit. You seeing all this physical, you know what I'm saying, memories, motherfucker. Just thinking about this motherfucker making me mad. Okay, that's a part of that physical chaos. Okay, so when you go through a disconnect with any fucking thing in your reality, you go through the hoops. All right, to get this motherfucker out your energy, out your space. All right, and it's even out your mind. Okay. Even out your sight, out of mind, motherfucker, you got to go. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it leads to spiritual, entombment, which is your divine energy, okay? With no boundaries. It's like you become free, all right? You become free of that structure, all right? That you become free of that type of matter, that situation. You know what I'm saying? It was another word I was looking for. But anywho, so you're going to go through the chaos when you go through a divorce. Everything has to be divided down the fucking middle, or you going to get this, I'm going to get that, okay? It's everybody taking their shit back. Now, some people, everybody taking their shit back, okay? Give me that. I brought this. This is mine, okay? It's going with hey. The house is me. I'm taking it. I got the kids. I got everything. Everything has got to be divided. Okay, it becomes a whole nother motherfucking agreement. Okay, because you still got a fucking lifetime connection with a motherfucker, especially if you got children, because you don't create a sales with this motherfucker. So you got to see him forever. Okay, but you can still be free. Okay, and the boundaries have to come and play. That means I got to create a new structure without your ass. You know what I'm saying? Well, I can still, I'm going to do me and I'm going to live free. And I'm going to have a good time doing it. Okay? And these kids and everything else going to be fucking good. I'm going to make sure they're going to be set, regardless if your ass here or not. Okay? So you create a whole nother fucking structure. All right? Which is a part of a whole nother membrane, a whole nother cell, which is a whole nother reality without that motherfucking cell that you've been connected to for fucking billions of years. All right? And a cosmic connection, not on a physical matter.
This is why I say you cannot lose yourself in a relationship.
Okay, yeah, they voice make you sick.
This
I
is
can't stand it. This is greater that motherfucker make me mad.
this is why I say you can't lose yourself. You can't lose yourself in the marriage because see, some people have a thing that they think that you're supposed to do that and it's supposed to come within you, and that's what it comes pouring in. That pouring in,
Okay.
that pouring in, and y'all pouring it to each other. You know, hey, because if they not adding to your piece, then they're taking away. They disturbing your piece.
Okay. That's why you got to look at these connections as motherfucking experiences. Boy, that was an experience there. God damn. I never do that shit again. Okay. I'll never do it again. All right. You got to elevate even higher than that, baby.
Exactly.
Okay. Definitely. You can't lose yourself. It's nothing real. It's a fucking experience. Once we start seeing this shit without the physical, I know it's hard because you was birthed into this illusion. Okay, your light was birthed into a fucking suit. Okay, which is a cell. All right, so I understand it's real. You know, on a physical matter, I get it. You know, but once you become, this is what you become, Christ. Once you become Christ, none of this shit even matter. Jesus didn't give a fuck about this world. If we want to look at it from a fucking Bible perspective, he didn't feel nothing in this motherfucker because he knew this motherfucker wasn't real. He was the consciousness. Okay, the guide to your motherfucking reality.
And you are the Christ.
Okay, and you are the Christ.
You are the Christ.
That's why you gotta, that's why we have the cross. The cross represents the physical matter. Okay? It represents you on a physical matter. Okay? Being nailed into the motherfucking illusion, the experience, the world.
Right back
And
there.
as they were in hell, okay? All right? Right motherfucking there. Okay? Now, let me get to my notes over here. Because this frontal shit is itching. And we're going to do this and I got to move. Because you matter. You definitely matter. Because you are the matter. Because you matter, baby. No matter what it is. Because you matter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Exactly.
Not now, later, okay? Like for real. But yeah, y'all. So, like I was saying earlier, okay, this third eye, we praised it. We praised it. We praised it. And I can see why you praise the third eye because it represents Jesus, right? It represents the Christ, the consciousness, right? That Christ energy and Christ consciousness. So I understand why you worship your third eye. Oh, my third eye, the shit, third eye gang, ain't. No, we serious on the bitch, okay? Because we see right through this motherfucker, okay? Excuse me, y'all, I'm a little tipsy. But I'm on some real shit, though. So get with, listen to what I'm saying, all right? But yeah, so, you know, we praise the third eye, like third eye is the third eye game. We third eye gaining in this shit. Like it's the key to our existence. It is the key to our existence. It is the key to our existence. But like it's everything to our existence. Okay? It's just the light. Okay? It's the light. Okay? Because darkness is the key to your existence. It's the light, the consciousness is just how you see. Okay? So when it comes to anatomy, okay, where's my name? I'm looking for my email, y'all. Oh, there you go. So when it comes to, we always point into this area as the third eye. And we say this is a direct connection to the third eye. Yeah, it'll lead you to the third eye. It will. But it don't have no interconnection at all. Okay? It doesn't have an interconnection at all. It's a part of what creates the illusion. The third eye is not the most powerful thing in our creation. Okay? All right. It's everything that gives that third eye the energy for us to have and experience. All right. And that's why we're talking about the hand, because the hand represents giving your power. It's the connection. Okay. It's your grip. All right. To this grid. Okay. That what they call it. It's electromagnetic. Okay.
Yes.
Why
Yes.
they say that we are electromagnetic. Okay.
Yes, because you're connected to the grid.
Exactly.
You're
All right.
to the natural grid.
Exactly. And this is why gravity is in play, because your suit is in a part is the gravity. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's right in your suit. It's what keeps you grounded. All right. It has the mass weight. All right. Okay. Okay. That symbol right there, the palm. And I had a thing wrote down with the palm too, sis. Thank you for that. The palm, when you get a palm reading, what hand do your palm reader read from? Because I'm a palm reader. I mean, I'm getting back in tune with it. I used to do it as a child. So I'm getting back in tune with it. Okay?
The left?
The left hand, right? Mm-hmm. The left hand. Mm-hmm. And what hand does Jesus hand up, or the Baphomet hand is up? What hand is that?
The left.
Okay? The Hamza. Okay, I'm going to look this word up right quick before we get into this. Because frontal is just a movie projector. It's just a projector. Okay? And without that motherfucker, okay, because that's where your reality becomes across the screen. Okay? And with the screen is these two right here. This is what you see into the existence, into the experience. I mean, not the existence, but the experience.
Your projector.
Okay? Because everything exists. Okay?
Your projector. Mm-hmm. Come on.
Okay? And it's the most important thing. So this is not your third eye. All right? Your third eye is the side, it's the back eye. It's the head, it's the eye behind in the back of your head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right? And without that energy, you can't see in this bitch. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right? So without these eyes, you can't see in a physical matter. Okay? So if a person is blind, they can only imagine. Okay? Because imagination is all right here in the screen. All right? So they can only imagine. All right? What it would look like. They don't know a color. So all they really seeing is the light of the consciousness. Okay? The ring. All right? They have to, they would never, be able to, see it on a physical matter, but spiritually they'll be able to identify however they want us to see it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how cosmic works.
Yes.
Okay? It's showing you a piece of the sleeping beast in a physical matter. It's sleep and it can imagine anything how it wants to. Okay? It can touch it and still imagine it how it wants to. All right? It really doesn't even need these eyes to see a motherfucking thing. Long as I have the consciousness, which is the third eye, which is the light, all right? And it connects to and it gives a projector into my fucking frontal, I can imagine anything on my screen. Okay?
Ain't this why they say they speaking into existence?
The matrix, right here, the frontal. Okay?
Mm-hmm. And that serpent travels above the back of you. It's just that light.
Like they got these little goddamn they have these little ring lights for your phone. Ring lights. Symbolic to your fucking consciousness, your light, your reality. It brightens up your image. Okay?
Exactly.
Your energy.
Exactly.
You can change the tone and everything, which is the auras, okay, to your ring.
Which is your field.
Yes, which is your field. Physical senses are just copies. Exactly.
Which is
Lefties, okay, lefties are definitely rare. Peace, bro. But go ahead, bro. I was just going back on the comment.
yeah, which is your field.
Mm-hmm.
Because when that surface shot was up through that back to that 33, oh yeah, when it touches it. And another thing, while sis touching on that, when they say get behind thee, Satan, why you think it say get behind thee?
Mm. Boy, you said a word now. Okay, get behind me, Satan. Okay.
And you think it's Satan. See, if Satan don't get behind you, you can't rise.
Oh my fucking God. Hamza means five.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Them 5 stages, huh? Didn't,
Mm-hmm.
we talk about that at the beginning of the 5 stages?
Yep, the 5 elements, all that, the levels, baby. And then it's crazy. You have to go through, even in chakras. Come on, you got to go through 5 levels before you get to the what? The first, the eye. You got to go through 5 of them motherfuckers. And then once you go through, get to the eye, it creates a light, all right, to your ring, which is the 7, okay, that represents your consciousness. Then they have an 8, okay, which definitely deals with the direct projection of your sight, your reality, okay.
And they taught us that Satan was really bad, but you got to go through
That's
get.
why I'm saying when it comes to God, it comes to all of that, God, you know, being, symbolic to your consciousness and being symbolic to Jesus and all of that. I'm telling you, it's the experience. Okay.
It's the experience. Get
All right.
behind thee. Get behind thee. Get behind thee so I can rise.
All right. Yeah. Some of the preachers ain't gonna get this shit out.
Yeah, get behind thee so I can rise.
Okay.
Get behind thee.
But they did put some of that shit in movies though.
It's all in the
Okay.
it's all in the movies. Because if you ever watch one of them exorcists, they got to face the devil before they can rise. He ain't finna. If you look at an exorcism, they got to face him. They got to face him and then turn around and face that mirror that he finna hold for him that he must listen to their ass. The fuck you gonna talk to me and you ain't dealt with you yet. When you
Okay.
deal with me and then I'm gonna open the door, you can go head on.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, yeah, yes indeed. Yeah, you just it ain't just the eye. All 3 of them glands work together.
I'm probably don't say everything. Got on guy. Get out and push. Yeah, you gotta get out and push.
Yeah, all 3 of them glands in that cranium works together. And
Yeah,
that
everything in that
yeah,
motherfucker. It classifies your mind. Motherfuckers was talking, and that's why I say, motherfucker, we got to start looking up words now. We really looking illiterate because we really didn't read. You know what I'm saying? So we really got to get in tune with these words where they don't, they're symbols to them, to this fucking world.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? Which leads to the power within your motherfucking self.
yes, because a lot of people get caught up on the remixing.
Mm-hmm.
They get caught up on the
Yeah,
remix,
trifecta.
and the remixing becomes literally. Once you can, once you do the decoding, and you can go through all the remixing, then you get to the nitty gritty.
Right.
You get into the nitty gritty, man. It ain't no playing with it. The church breeds martyrs. Yeah, yeah. And you know how they breed the martyrs, Shay? And it's one of the biggest thing I tell people, because I talk to people all the time. Uh, that mantra comes from you taking on someone else's burdens. That's one of the biggest lies after about the Jesus thing. You're not to carry no one's burden but your own. See
Yeah.
them three major glands, and that all seeing is the one in the front. And if you go to the Bible and they start asking the questions, they was asking them certain questions, and he started really just basically telling them to let go, and you can rise, let go of
Mhm.
burdens, let go of your burdens and everybody else's burdens that you've been carrying. Yeah, you
Right. You
don't
got.
take. You got to deal with you, and that's where them boundaries come in of you trying to take
Mhm.
someone else. But you trying to take someone else's burdens. Because at the end of the day, you have to do that with that index and listen. Because a
Well,
lot
let
of
me
cause
this picture.
because a lot of people cause them own burdens, and them are lessons
What's
for the
up, sis?
peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things. Yeah,
Yeah.
because burdens are
Because birds are.
down, and you will be a mocker and no damn rise.
That's right.
You are you.
I mean, we
You
can always go. You know what I'm saying? Beyond the church too.
are.
I mean, once you understand that the church dwells within itself, and it's your congregation is pretty much everything that you are, you know, connected to your marriage, your cosmic marriage. You know what I'm saying? Because even in a marriage, you have witnesses, which is a part of the congregation in the church. You know what I'm saying? So everything that is a witness to you, you know what I'm saying, is a divine connection. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Peace.
it's always gonna birth those.
Peace, Courtney.
You
Peace.
can go beyond that though.
And remember
I
when
want to show
they
the
say
picture right
temple,
quick. Go ahead.
when they say temples, you have a temple here and a temple here. This is your temple. It's dealing with this. Mm, okay. Okay. Hmm.
And they say, you know, that's the soul of the pineal gland. Okay, your body is definitely the church. It's a part of the church. It's a part of the Trinity. It's part of the Christ energy, the Christ consciousness. It's part of all of this. Christ. Um, oh, hold up, I didn't even do that, y'all. But you know, they say, you know, of course, just like a plug, right? You see the cyclone energy though, you know what I'm saying, going up, going out to the straight through the frontal as well. The pineal is going to definitely be in the middle, you know, and that's the seat of the soul. You know, that soul deals with your light. It's your direct connection to the source. All right.
Yes.
You know what I'm
And this
saying?
and this is the part that they're not giving in the church, because when they say that Christ taught the way is metaphysics.
Yeah, it deals definitely with your direction, like we said with the pointing finger earlier. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it deals with a lot with your sense of direction, and it also plays into, you know, your choices. I mean, your will, as they would say, right? Because the will deals with the divine choice. Okay, the things that the direction you choose to move, that motion you choose to be inner, you know, to move in, you know what I'm saying, to vibrate in. So it all deals with connection. All right. It all deals with physical touch, which is the physical matter.
Mm-hmm.
You good, sis? Girl, I'm a little tipsy myself.
Hey, hey, we believe in feeling lovely and still putting this out.
Okay. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we praise the third eye so much, but without the 5 steps of your reality, the 5 elements, okay, or the 5 senses, okay, especially touch, okay, which is going to be your electromagnetic grip, okay, into this existence. So without it, all right, that motherfucking third eye don't matter. All right?
I'm not gonna.
Because you become just existing. You become a part of the nothingness. That means you have been unalized. All right? You're not in the game anymore. All right? I don't care how much we isolate ourselves. You're still existing in the physical matter. All right? Right? And that's what we all be trying to do. We just trying to balance this shit out. Okay? Trying to stay grounded. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When motherfuckers got me out here flying crazy, running around like a chicken head, my head cut off, then we got to disconnect, baby. But, you know, I definitely wanted to drop that T with the third eye, you know, and even with that third eye, you know, and we talk about everybody don't have melanin, all right? And it's different levels of melanin dealing with the pigmentation. And with pigmentation, it deals with color, okay? All right, it's levels of color. All right, that's why you have melanin and you melanin, you melanin, right? Okay, and you melanin dealing with the Caucasians, light skinned versions, right? The lighter versions, and then you have melanin that deals with the darker tones. Okay, it's a high and a low. It's on a spiritual aspect. All right, that's a frequency. All right, and with that frequency, okay, it's like a masculine and feminine energy, right? So you have a low vibration because feminine energy is low, all right, and high vibrational will be the physical matter, which is the masculine energy. Yeah. All right, it's a spectrum. You know, you have your highs and your low colors. Okay,
Positive and negative.
All right. So that shit doesn't matter in its existence. Who got melanin in it? I just want to put that out there. But at the same time, melanin has its own significance when it deals with your third eye. All right. And when it deals with you being in tune with darkness. Okay. Divine energy right in there. So that's why I say everybody. Now I understand why I said everybody carries it, because we all can tap into the physical matter. I mean, the divine energy, which is that darkness. All right. And that is significance only through dark matter. Okay. And with dark matter, of course, we are symbolic for it, but we all can tap into that.
Yeah.
All right. That's why I say, you know, there are people, you know, that are the minority, okay, that look at dark tones, certain colored tones, okay? They know you're low vibrational energy, all right? That's why they look at you so low, all right? That's why they try to do everything to demonize you, because you're symbolic to it, okay?
You actually, when they do that, because they know you are the
They know
actually,
they know you an image of the beast, man. They know the beast.
We are the actually original blueprint.
Okay, and they know this.
And everything else
And
comes.
without this tone in this existence, it will not matter.
It don't matter. Now we can jump into that. This is why I said when we understand that melanin, which they call it melanin, but we know it's really called science.
Look up the word melon.
Oh, carbon.
Go ahead.
It's carbon. And if you know the carbon deals with, this is why we hear the non-ether beings. This is why we hear of the beast because you carry that original signature of
Mm-hmm.
that original signature of that beast will be 666. Your electrons, neutrons, protons. You carry that. This is why y'all can produce everything else. Everyone else, every other ethnicity, they can't do that. It only be a jump in the generation for that to happen. That's science.
Okay.
Now, when you start dealing with this cosmic beast is that feminine, the great,
Mm-hmm.
the first beast. Well, it's really only one beast. They just give
Yeah.
her another name.
And I mean, that's one thing. Even the Bible in the church they preach is one body, is one soul, is one one
Yeah,
spirit.
it's really one beast.
Mm-hmm.
First,
So they definitely identified in the church way. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was Isis. Then the Greeks, Sophia. Now the beast is Mary, but we know the Black Madonna is Isis. That's just the signature, and all of us carry that. You carry that. Not just you carry that, you
Okay.
ca- you carry that signature also in your DNA because if you understand your DNA, it's the great serpent. And
Mm-hmm.
that great serpent, that great serpent also ties in. And this is where you have to put the work in and start to elevate for you to reach that to be able to really connect when you go within the underground. The
Mm-hmm.
the underworld, excuse me, the underworld, going in self.
That's what melanin is.
Yes, because she resides in that dark,
That's what it is. That water that you're talking about, that dark
that
water,
dark,
that's melanin.
that, that dark water. What we say, that 666.
Mm-hmm. That's melanin.
It's melanin. And
One
understand,
sound, one sound. Okay.
yes, that melanin is powerful. And that's why I said that's your Dracula at night. It lurks. It moves. This is why we get energized. We get energized from the
Yep, the serpent is frequency. You better say it, baby.
get, we get energized from the sun. But if
Yes, we get energized.
we get
It's what keeps you
energized,
going. Okay.
you but if you want to tap in, they say tap into the wee hours of the night. And when you start getting dreams, them prophetic dreams, or the other word, lucid dreams, that's when that's when she is out, that moon, that feminine. So
Mm,
when you understand all that, there it go.
Moon out the night vision.
Yes, 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 indeed. When you understand all that, and you understand that serpent, because that serpent is trying to rise. Now, when you reach to a certain level, because in the Bible they call her a dragon,
Mm,
but if you understand the Kundalini, when you get to that great ascending, that Kundalini starts to take on wings. Y'all don't hear me now. Y'all don't hear me now.
Okay, sure
That,
do.
that Kundalini starts to take on wings. That's when you know you're there. You online.
Okay.
You you can't unsee what you see. You see everything. Motherfuckers be mad at you because you can see them way from afar and they just can't do what they want to do. Yeah.
Okay. You get the shouting in
Mm,
church. We know, it's all of that energy. Okay, vibrations
and
behind you, the dancing.
all the energy.
All of that.
And look, they try to
Tapping in.
look, they don't don't much understand the spiritual dance that they doing in the church. You're doing the same dance that we did.
Doing the Cooney Looney dance.
Still doing the same thing.
Doing the Cooney Looney dance. Hey. Now scream and shout.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hey, okay.
Doing this.
It's all science, baby.
All science,
All
man.
science.
You understand?
Okay, it's all science. Okay.
Most people still haven't figured out.
Now sounded distorted it out.
Sis, most people still ain't figured out the Bible is a science book.
It is a science book, and people still trying to ban the Bible. It's a science, man. It's the knowing. It's definitely man-made. Of course, you're right, but it's a man-made book of knowledge and knowing. Knowledge is just knowing. It's a way of life. All right, the ups and downs of each character, which resides within you. All right. It's your story. It's your existence from the beginning to the end. All right. And it starts over again. All right.
Man,
How many times you read the Bible? Come on now. How many times we done went over the same scriptures?
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go on and get it out in the open, because a lot of people think the white man created the Bible. No, they fucking didn't. We did.
They're not. They just added their own story, their own perception.
Mixed it. Because if everything was still in it, see, you getting fragmented.
Okay, tears of the glass, baby.
See, let me get y'all to understand.
Even
though they remixed it, you still get fragments of the truth. And you also get fragments of history. You get fragments of the truth, and this is where you got to learn to decode it.
Exactly. You're only getting a fragment of your imagination. You got to put it together.
Because they know if they would have left everything in that piece, it wouldn't even much be no church buildings.
Okay.
If you really want to say it, it wouldn't even much be nobody in the church. And I still say it. I said it years ago, and I say it today. If the sisters will really snap to their position in the church, it would be like a Richard Pryor scene on Which Way Is Up. They'll be running after it. They'll be chasing his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything starts with you.
Didn't they say that the Bible also was like an alchemist book?
Yes, it is an alchemy and an analogy and a science. It's all together. It's all.
Okay, they'll be down the church. They probably will, man. They probably will. But what it leaves you with is going within yourself. It puts all the energy into your hands. All right. But yeah, some people do need the church. They do need guidance.
Yeah.
All right. Their higher self to keep the sail going. So we do need people to be attached to the realm like that. You know what I'm saying? To this grid, to your this reality, so we can keep this shit going. All right? Because if we all on the same level, we ain't holding on the shit. We flying.
She already put her alchemy laws in you already. She put her alchemy divine laws in you, universal laws in you already. And if you want to know them alchemy laws deals with Ma'at. That's in your code.
Right.
This is one of the reasons why they try to suppress us like that. Because this is the whole reason of why a lot of things is going on that we seeing and people really not understanding. But it's because when you turn on, everything changes. Just take a look back from this year where we at to last year with TikTok. That that
Mhm.
that sleeping giant is woke up,
You
and
damn sure
that
has.
sleeping giant has woken up all the way from those that we thinking is pale and really melon, like they say with the gingers, all the way to the other ones that then put in the evolution of doing the work,
That's
and they turn
true.
on.
That's true. That's
all the all the way to the ones that we'll look at them redheads, them freckles, and not knowing they're just like us. And if you look on the talk, and if you're really on the TikTok, you already seeing it's going on.
mm-hmm.
And
TikTok is a bomb going off.
yes,
It's constant. What they call it? Like the Big Bang, which is a cell connection. It's so many cells exploding. Okay, and when these cells explode, they're exposing. Okay, everything in these cells. All right, that's why TikTok is so powerful. You know what I'm saying? It has so much information. Okay, information. Okay, and knowledge. You know, dealing with the knowing of the physical matter. Okay, all right. So it's basically the best of both worlds on TikTok.
yes.
All
If fake
worlds, really, all the worlds in one shebang, one big bang.
exactly, if Facebook was, if everything from TikTok happened on Facebook, it's over. From
Mm-hmm.
to Facebook to Instagram, it's over. Because those who are still they're playing catch up. They're playing catch up because from the book to the Instagram, everybody is behind. And
Right.
a lot of them don't
I
even
see
much know
that.
they're behind. A lot of them don't even much know they're behind. They're behind. They're what's the better word? They're still in the old world,
Okay.
as they say in this day and age. They're in the old
Remember
world.
these worlds that we talk about, these old worlds, new worlds, they just all a part of a massive cell.
Hmm. It's part of a massive sale, and let me give
And
y'all.
it's many massive cells. Because there's a lot of big cells, there's a lot of small cells.
Hmm.
You know, and these big cells hold a lot of weight. All right. Which is basically like they would say its own galaxy. You know what I'm
Now,
saying? It holds its own world.
mhm. Now, when we said we wrote that and we gave it to them, because that was at a time that was at a time we had to give them that.
That
Give them that, because if we wouldn't give them that, a lot of us wouldn't be right here talking. Shit.
right. That's true. That's right.
It was on a massive, just fuck everything up. A better word for it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in our ancient, it is believed that we worship many gods, but no, we didn't. We understood that it was many aspects to that one.
And one thing, let's connect something right quick with the guys. You know, they say many guys, right? Don't like with many guys, don't they have their own shebang? They like their own world, their own
Yeah,
land.
yeah, yeah.
So they're like presidents in a sense, or somebody that's dominant in the village.
Mhm.
So you know, and with guys, they generate and operate and direct anything in that space.
Now, just to solidify what she just said, before they start really remixing it, you got to understand when you're dealing with the Bible, it's dealing with two different creations. It tells you that that was woman and man, and it said, come together and multiply and do it again.
Multiply.
It lets you know it was both made at the same time. Then when you flip that page, then you start getting the Adam and Eve effect. You start getting that which is an atom that moves so fast that you cannot see it, that when it's slowed down, it comes forth, which is the Eve effect. But you have
And
to
that's
understand,
not oh, oh, I know it's a strong topic. I know it's a painful topic. And I know it can be triggering.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to have this conversation one day. Not tonight, probably. But there was heavy incest at the beginning, right? But, you know, we got to understand that version of incest at the beginning. Okay? That's why it's all brothers and sisters and we all connected. We all families. Okay?
Yeah. I get exactly what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's a different level now, okay? From
It's a
the
different.
beginning, dealing with science. On a physical matter, it's definitely pain. It's just pain,
It's
you know?
there
And you
was
have to evolve from that pain, okay?
yes, and that's the reason why certain
Motherfuckers can be sick in the
yeah
illusion, okay? But it's the
uh,
science behind it, you know, I can understand it from a spiritual matter, you know, the dark matter
mhm,
perspective. I'm saying, you know, and not saying it's okay in this world because it's not, because in the illusion, we don't have to do that. But in the same sense behind it, if you want to be honest, it doesn't matter if you're in the blood, direct blood, we're still connected to one blood, which is one line, one source.
mhm. Now
You know, but yeah, I
yeah
definitely wouldn't be intertwined with my brother or nothing like that. Somebody I grew up with, my mom with the same. No, I wouldn't do that. Not
yeah
only grandmother, you know. But you know, I just understand. I'm just breaking down the science behind it, y'all.
exactly
Um,
exactly
so there is a lot of that go on because when they say multiply, you know, they have children, and these children have to what? They have to mate,
yeah.
and that means that deals with the cell. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
the cell has to connect to create new cells.
yeah, but in that creation, in the first creation, it wasn't.
That's the
It
first creation. You're right.
yeah in the first creation, it wasn't as we were given in Adam and Eve, because in
And the
Adam and
first
Eve,
creation was not in the suit.
yeah, yeah,
We're
that's
talking beyond the suit when we talk over here. Okay, we ain't talking about this goddamn suit here now. I had
yeah,
to clarify that because I don't want a motherfucker to be like, oh, she's talking about incest is
yeah,
okay. No, I'm not saying incest is okay. What I'm saying when it is beyond the suit,
yeah.
okay,
It's the suit
it's
that
beyond the motherfucking suit now. We ain't talking about the desires in the suit. We talking beyond the suit. We talking about science, the knowing,
yeah,
the origin of you.
yes,
Okay,
the
I
origin,
just want to get that
yeah, that origin, that first, that first, it was created together. That second one, be what sis talking about, uh, in this time, or what a lot going on. But in that first, it wasn't. It was created together, equal. It's not one over the other. It's equal, and that's why you see that in our ancient, in our if we start diving into our ancient ancestors, it was equal. It wasn't no I'm the male, I run every goddamn
Yeah, there was
thing.
no structure,
It wasn't none of that.
no,
It was
no formation. You know, it was just going off of the flow.
yeah, and then just the image, when you go back to that time, the oldest worship is of the feminine.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people, when you go into your Moses story, that is when the patriarch jacked it from the matriarch. And this is where everything else is just fucked up.
That's
Just so
right. With the duality, you know, it creates, you know, like we say, a balance, or it creates you at the the 0 point, which the 0 point is the highs and the lows they're meeting in the middle. Okay, that's where the yin yang effect comes from.
mm,
Okay, there's the dark and there's the light. You know what I'm saying? From the dark. Okay, if you look at the yin yang pretty closely, there's a darkness, a dark circle in the white, okay? And then there's a white circle in the black of the yin yang, right?
that,
So they're interconnected, they're in each other's space, all right?
exactly.
Right? And they became equal when it becomes of, you know, this reality, all right? When it becomes the cell. It's also symbolic to the two cells becoming one, okay?
And if you remember, this is why I said
And males give you what? They give you life.
Mm-hmm. And what did it say? Let us make man in our image.
Okay.
So when you think of man, man,
And if they say
ma-
his image, hold
male,
up. They say his image. If they talking about that big bang,
yeah.
okay?
It
That
says,
helium, that oxygen, okay? That air, that
mm-hmm,
flow, that force of energy. That's what they're talking about.
mm-hmm,
But anytime they're talking about he as God in the representation, they're talking about your flow, your big bang, your spark, okay?
exactly,
Right?
exactly. And this is why it says male, female.
Because we definitely need the helium, okay? Helium is definitely a part of the atom and the electron becoming together.
Mm-hmm.
All
Exactly.
right. That's why if they show you like with the people going into space, they got on all these the suit, right? They can't breathe air, right? All right, because even in water you can't breathe under them. You need some type of suit, right? There's some type of oxygen, right? So you can breathe in that bitch, right? And that's because it's full of helium, which is fumes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Exactly.
I mean, this is why. It's no gravity. It's nothing down there.
Mm.
It's just fumes from the dark matter. Just like when you get a picture of hell, okay, it's red, but in reality, they should put it as black. With all the smoke, the soot and such that's coming up out of the ground, that's the helium. That's the gas. It looks like a volcano, right?
Mm. And
You know what I'm saying?
and let me just show you. From that darkness is where you get them wings and rise.
Okay. They do. They need a suit for now, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's a science book, it's alchemy, it's analogy, it's all intertwined. Everything is dealing with you. Everything is dealing with you. Nothing outside.
That's why they say God is frequency, because frequency it's the helium, it's the vibration of it.
Hmm. And this is
All
why
right,
they work
it creates
people
the
out.
noise, the sound.
Yeah.
Okay.
And see, they make that beast bad
Oh shit!
because that melanin, once that melanin turn on, everything
Let
changes.
me get my damn sword.
Yeah, once that
Yeah.
melanin turn on, everything changes.
Once you get a spark to your helium, baby,
Mhm.
it's high vibration, baby.
And this is another thing too. This is why it's not good for us to, how some people,
What's on
how
your sword?
people in certain situations, and certain people like they'll go and they'll want to give plasma. You're not supposed to give that away. That is a no.
That's what I told shit. I told somebody they not do that.
Yeah, most people don't know. That's a no. Going and giving that plasma,
You just giving somebody else your energy.
that's telling that's taking you back to the movie with Jamie Foxx, that that Project Power. You remember when they had his daughter and they was and they was taking everything from right in the back of her neck. Now that's a
Right.
no. That's a no. No. So if you know your people do that, you got to that. No, that's a no. Because that'll shut you down. And you think, and the crazy part, we doing it, we giving consent to do that because we thinking about the needing of the money. And just told you, when that turns on, you can create. You can create your reality.
All right.
You can
For real.
create situations, manifest things that can happen for you. So yeah, but yeah, we'll dive into that. Since we do something, about we'll dive into that one day. Yeah, yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely.
we have to dive into that one day. And like I was saying with that melon, mela means black. That's what I was looking up. And then, you can look at it as 9 if you want to, and that still deals with you going into that dark matter. Um, so, it really doesn't hold any weight when it comes to the physical matter of the suit. Who gives a fuck about the shades? It's just a part of the spectrum, like Shay said earlier. All right, yep, that pilot light, okay? You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs a spark here and there. Flame might be getting a little too low, you know what I'm saying? You need a little something, you need a little gas, little heat, you know what I mean, to get you going. But you got to have the boundaries to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Have boundaries to that. And even like with your thought process, you got to be careful, in awareness and what you ponder on, because that takes energy as well. That takes your ultimate energy. So you got to be careful with that. You don't want to be putting all your energy into a fairy tale. You know what I'm saying? It's not making logic sense, which is supposed to evolve us. You know what I'm saying? To get to the next level. It's always, that boost, you know what I'm saying? To keep you going. You know what I'm saying?
you got
So
to
you got to be
sense.
cautious. You got to be aware of that.
Yeah, yes, got
You
to
know what
use.
I'm saying? And everything is holy matrimony in this experience. The holy matrimony is the marriage. So it's everything that we put our energy into, everything we give our power to. You know what I'm saying? We touch. It becomes like attached to. We're like magnets. It becomes attached to us. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, them thoughts can definitely drain you. They
Yeah,
definitely can drain you.
yeah. That's where them boundaries come in with yourself. But
Yeah.
I want to say before the thought leave my mind, when we start talking about the Christ energy, and we just talk about how the Bible is dealing with alchemy,
Mhm.
it's dealing with anatomy. It's a major science book. But
Yeah.
when you go into your DNA, right? And I'm not gonna get all into it, but it's a M in there. So I want y'all to check out what DNA means, because you carry it. It's in the blood, it's in the memory. And that M means messenger.
Hmm.
A prophet is a messenger. We're all carrying that. It is in your DNA. That M, when you go
Oh, I
into
got
that,
to get this out. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go
when you
ahead,
go
bro.
into that DNA and you really go into the signs with D, the N, the A, and then when you keep going and you see that M, it means messenger.
That's right.
But you have to see this when it comes to going within, trusting yourself, and, and let it go. That's when you
Mm-hmm.
let God, and
Let go. Let go, honey. Let it generate. Let it go.
you become a
Let,
messenger to someone. Just wanted to
mhm. Yeah.
put that
I,
out
I,
there.
I wanted to bring up the melanin again before we get out of here. Because,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, the in melanin, right, is dark or black. Then, of course, you can connect it to 9 if you want to. But it has its own origins as well, dealing with lady, queen, priestess. Okay? It deals with that divine energy, that feminine energy. Okay? It's letting you know. Okay? This melanin is a dark, feminine, or a creation energy. Okay? The source. All right? And they have another word, dealing with Nin, in Hebrew, it can mean great grandchild. Okay, your great grandkids 9 out of 10 is the great grandmother, that mother, you know what I'm saying? That the origin, okay, of that tree. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a divine connection with the great grandkids with their great grandparents or their grandparents. All right. And there is tribal information where the grandkids will stay with the grandparents when they're first born for about a certain amount of time till they go to their parents. Okay? Because that signifies also one coming in the world and one leaving out. Okay? So that's a divine connection also, dealing with the feminine, okay? Which is that creator energy, the source, okay? That dark matter, okay? It don't have a face. It doesn't have a shape, all right?
Exactly.
It's just existence, all right? And while we out here calling each other ninja, okay? Nin is also an origin word for ninja in Japanese, okay? And like I said, when people be calling you nigga or they be calling you nigger, all right? They talking about that dark matter, the creator, the source
That
that you
naga.
imitate into this space.
That
So
naga.
it's
That's
almost as they calling you what?
that
God.
God. That naga. That serpent. Say it. Say it. Say it. That's
So
why I
you
say it again.
out here getting mad about the
You supposed
word and the word play when it's really identification of who you really is. You just
mm-hmm.
got to dig deep.
Mm-hmm. You know that. But see, that's when you gotta get on that certain level.
Okay, sounds like me. Mine's raised me. Okay, the shadow beings. Okay,
Them what we know as dark lords.
the what?
Dark lords.
Dark lords. Okay,
Cause see, you gotta remember we still in this everything is playing still out. See, in that first see the two creations, there was something before that. But we'll get in that into another time. But we'll give
yeah,
y'all
because this baby.
because see, when we talk of the gods,
Right.
I'm gonna give y'all something. We're actually the mother and father of the gods. Did y'all know that?
Okay, demon lords. Okay, we
Mm,
are the father and the mother, and the father and the mother are one.
yes.
You know.
Everything a demon. And if you go in ancient time, it means exactly what we talking about right now. And
Mm-hmm.
guys, is so you won't tap into yourself.
That's it.
Because they know if you tap into yourself, you're going to disconnect from everything. And that messenger, as I say to your DNA, you're going to tell everybody, and everybody going to start lighting up.
Okay, definitely gonna lighten up. You're gonna lighten up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Androgyny energy. Okay? you want to know where you come from? Androgynous. You're very androgynous. This
yeah.
is exactly what you is. Because nothing in this matter really matters. It's beyond that shit.
And Hollywood is actually showing it to you symbolically.
They do. That's why I love watching certain movies. I mean, I can really watch any movie and pick up the symbolism.
Yeah.
And it's like the Bible. The Bible is feeding you symbolic images. All right,
No, but I'm saying how they
where
showing it
the
to you.
priests give us the perception.
Yeah, we got that part, but I'm saying how they showing you symbolically to when you see certain celebrities' children
Oh
on
yes,
stage. See, they showing you symbolically. They knowing, but they not understanding. Well, those that's higher understand it's a duality. but
Right.
they're
Especially the ones where their kids
yeah,
don't, they're not identifying by gender. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And
They do.
we're realistically, these people have high wisdom of knowledge. So they understand how this shit play. Okay?
Yeah.
And they know it doesn't, nothing about the flesh even matters. It's androgynous energy. Okay? And androgynous energy can attach itself to anything and become anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
You ain't gonna get this in church.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. I enjoyed this. This was beautiful. This was beautiful. This was a beautiful bill. Beautiful bill. Beautiful bill.
But yeah, I'll be back. Hopefully I'll be back soon. You know, like I say, y'all, I'll be in the zombie world. You know, the shadows of death. You know, what they call it, the land of the dead. You know, I be out there. You know, I have to be in the field. You know, I have to
Yeah.
go out there and imitate art. You know,
Yeah.
to keep going. You know, to survive. You know, survival is basically just an instinct. You know, to keep going, a part of the marathon. But you know, I'm gonna try to come back before I go to work. I'll be trying, man. But I'll be trying to get as much sleep as I can before I, to recharge.
One of us always thought the other one ended up catching up. She catching up now.
Okay, the shadow realm. Yes.
One always thought the other one would catch up.
Okay, it is the secret church. And yo, it's so crazy. Is it crazy that I've been wanting to die? I don't know. For some reason, I don't know. I'm gonna have to probably talk behind the scenes. But Mason,
Man, yeah, we're gonna have to talk behind the
if y'all heard me, you heard me. But
scenes.
that's been on my mind for a minute, yo.
Yeah,
Cause
yeah, because
the Bible got so many perceptions.
ain't no
It's so many
just
different worlds of the Bible.
say
See them all.
and just with that what you said, you have
Mhm.
you just with that what you said, you have to travel more around the world to get past 33.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
more than the 33.
I just
When
want
you
to know it is. It's got to be.
because you know how I know that I didn't talk to so many and the first thing they say, you're a traveling man? Yeah, but not in the sense like you. See, the beauty is, I'm gonna share this with y'all. The beauty is, we don't have to give up nothing, but the only thing we're giving up is what we was programmed in. They give up meaning to get what we get.
It is.
That's the beauty. That's the difference. We don't have to do all that other bullshit.
We really don't. I really can just tap into the information. I don't really have to go into the building, to be honest.
You
Um,
don't have to do all that up. We don't have to do all that other crazy weird shit.
right. I ain't got to go in join in there, but I've been really want to tap into like, let's see what y'all got going on over there. Yeah, I mean.
Same thing, man. Tripping and doing all some motherfuckery.
There's so many levels to the Bible, it's many stories.
Yeah.
So Jesus don't rose again, don't die again, don't rose again, don't die again, like Giles was saying, okay?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to see.
But hey, man, look, I
You know what I
enjoy.
mean? So I'm gonna die, but yeah, y'all, I'm gonna definitely have to come. You can hear them singing from the outside. Okay, I need to see. I'm gonna get in tune with it so I can kind of. All I need is a touch. That's it.
But hey, look, y'all, I enjoyed y'all. I gotta get my butt. It is. I gotta get ready to get this shower, get the fed. We gotta go to work in the morning.
Yeah, well, I ain't gotta go to work. This is my day off. So I'm about
Yeah,
to
I gotta.
keep on drinking and chilling. Probably dive in some more.
Yeah,
Um,
I I I got to open up in the morning, so I'm gonna have to get up
right,
off.
that's so good for me. I just need a little touch. I don't need to enter the building. Just give me somebody.
Yeah.
I need somebody. Just let me in. Give me the key. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here. I will definitely talk to y'all on the next one. It's been a great time. I miss y'all, man. But
And yeah.
I,
Oh
I think
yeah, I got to.
I think I'm off this weekend, so I'll be back. So
Yeah, I got to
as
treat y'all.
always, okay. We'll be off on the weekend this year. I think I am off next weekend. So yeah. But
Yeah.
as always, y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. It was a joy. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody coming out. My daddy became one. Just
He said her daddy became one just from being nosy.
I said, "Dad, let me just say me. I'm nosy. I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know. Let me find out. I want to know what the fuck y'all got going on over there. Y'all hold some keys to this universe somewhere.
Oh,
I'm trying to get all the keys. Okay?
oh man. Just,
I'm fucking back hurting. But yeah. But yeah, we gonna get in there. We gonna get in there one way. Watch. Somebody gonna
yeah.
let us in.
Hey,
I can see
well, man, I love y'all, man. Y'all take care. Y'all know until the next time.
it. Okay. I'm out of here though, bro. Oh, my fucking back hurting. But yeah, y'all. I love y'all. It's been a joy. I'll be back, like I said. And it's always a pleasure. Sins of the glitch, we out here. You know what I'm saying? We see between all this shit, okay? He asked them, look, Pancake, will it be back in?
I'm finna get over here, y'all. Y'all be. Oh,
Got going on? Okay.
man. Love y'all, man.
Come
Peace,
on,
man.
some milk and cookies. Shit, let me find out. Let me find out. But yeah, y'all, love, peace, and awareness. I will talk to y'all on the next one. Peace.